What up, YouTube, and welcome back to a little review here over at Thomas Opent. It's one of my English little reviews. Why? Well, often because I just feel like it, but also the particular beer right here in front of me was given to me by my good buddy Adam over at MerseyBeers. He's not. He is basically a beer tuber, but he's not one of the beer tubers that puts out regular reviews. He does live streams and joins a lot of live streams and talks about beer and with the rest of us, the rest of the beer tube community. He is one hell of an awesome dude. And sent over some beers about, God, what would it be, like almost 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, that I got these beers in. Reviewed a few of them already. This is one of the beers that I'm kind of stoked for a very simple reason. We are in my kind of wheelhouse when it comes to beers. We're talking about a session pale ale coming in at 4.2%, and it is 4.2% ABV, of course, and it is single hopped with Citra. We're talking about Glasshouse Brew Co. It's their soloist single hop session pale ale. The full ingredients are listed as water, barley, wheat, oats, hops, and yeast. I can't find a canning date on this, but it is best before 13th of October 2021. We are now at it's the 12th of June 2021. So we still got a few months on this. And I do know that Adam himself checked it in somewhere late April. 4.2% ABV. That's amazing. We're talking about one of those chuggable kind of ABVs. We're talking about one of the Citra hops, as they go, are one of the most well-used hops out there, and it's kind of tricky to make a. Well, it's not tricky; it's easy, but it's kind of tricky to make a pale ale, single hop pale ale with a hop that everybody goes like, oh, it's just Citra. I'm one of those guys that I still, of all the hops out there, Citra, Simcoe, Mosaic, talk about your old school hops. I love all of them. I love my new hops. I love Strata. I love Sabro. I love Talus. I love all the weird new shit. But give me like a Simcoe, Citra, Mosaic, single hop pale ale, and I'm happy as fuck. The fact that it's a pale ale, not an Inya pale ale, means that it should be a little bit more malt forward, a little bit more towards the hopefully wheaty side in this case, because there's definitely wheat and oats in here. So I'm kind of hoping we're going to get something with a soft, creamy mouthfeel, very chuggable. Hopefully still a good hop presence. We have no idea how old this is. But we'll see. Adam, you're an awesome dude, and I can't wait to hang out with you. And we're still going to, hopefully by now, we'll have done that Brew by Numbers Imperial Stout. So this pours, oh, this pours, oh, this pours. Oh, look at that. This pours that lovely, lovely fruit juice kind of haze with a very... I wouldn't be surprised if this is gone pretty quickly, but look at that pillowy little head. That sort of soapy little head. All those tiny little bubbles on the bottom and some bigger rocky, well, not very rocky actually, but some bigger bubbles on the top. And then it has that sort of pineapple juice haze to it. Man. Using a CBC crop beer channel glassware that Douglas from over Beers with Douglas gave me. But this looks the part of a very chuggable little beer, doesn't it? Just maybe it's because it's a hazy, but my glass doesn't actually look that dirty for once. I love the look of this. I already love what I'm getting in terms of smell. Everything that Citra is supposed to, I'm already getting in like little quantity. So let's see what this little baby has in the nose. There we go. That's interesting. That's interesting. Now there's a note here that I don't really get from Citra a lot, but it's kind of floral. It's definitely very fruity, but not smack in your face fruity. It's still kind of smooth and soft, but potent, if that makes any sense. There's all the stone fruit that you want. You get that sort of peachy, mango-y vibe. There's definitely that pineapple thing going on, that lovely ripe pineapple. Which pineapple has a sort of a bite to it. When you eat a lot of it, it starts to tingle on your tongue and in your mouth, and it almost starts to, as weird as it sounds, it almost starts to hurt. It starts to actually degrade your. You can actually it does start to degrade your flesh in the side of your mouth a little bit, in terms of that you can use pineapple juice and pulp and pureed pineapple to tenderize and marinate meat. And if you actually marinate it too long, it'll start to actually break it down too much. It has that sort of potency, that sort of like aggressive pineapple note to it. There's some sort of light fruit component there. The fact that this is just single hop blows my mind, because it gives me aromas from Citra that I haven't actually really found in Citra all that often, which is why it's so awesome to have single hop beers. You can sort of focus on the two things that you get a lot from Citra, which for me is like the papaya, let's say the stone fruit, like the mango, papaya, peach thing, and the pineapple. But there's so much more going on. I get like some soft hints of lychee here and here, maybe a little bit of a lime note, definitely a little bit of a floral thing going on, which is like almost like a rose. But although all of those are subtle, like the big hit here is that stone fruit, that your mango, your peach, your thing going on. You got your pineapple thing going on. It's very tropical fruit forward. It's like that tropical fruit nectar that you can sometimes buy in supermarkets. It can't be labeled as fruit juice anymore here in the Netherlands anyway, because it's not fruit juice. It's just basically extracts and lemonade and whatever. But that's what it's doing for me. I love this. So on the malty side, there is a bit of a weedy note there. Wheaty, not weedy, wheaty. Definitely. And a little bit of that oat thing. Now this is not the sort of, I wonder if some of those fruity notes that I'm getting beside the hops are from yeast. Because you can get a lot of fruity notes from certain yeasts. Wouldn't be surprised if there's some yeasty fruitiness in this. I like this though. It smells beautiful. Adam, thank you for sending this. I know you were a little bit worried about dates and things being fresh enough, but trust me, this thing is still rocking its potency. This thing is still great. Let's see what she does in terms of flavor. All right, cheers, buddy. Can't wait to hang out with you in live streams again. First of all, the mouthfeel is spot on. Drinks slightly over that 4.2% level ABV, but not by much. It's got a bit of a bitterness in the back end that I really like. Not too overtly like towards IPA kind of levels. It's definitely in the pale ale kind of levels. You get that sort of malty sweetness. It's not towards the caramel side of sweetness, but there's that malty sweetness to it. The oats and the wheat definitely do their thing. Oats gives it a little bit of body here. Wheat definitely gives it a little bit of astringency. Weedy astringency that you get in some MerseyBeers and Weissens. I love that here. This is by far one of the best little pale ales I've had in quite a while. And that's saying something. I'm a big fan of Citra pale ales. One of my favorite local brews is a Citra Forward. I'm not sure if it's single hop Citra, but it's definitely Citra Forward little pale ales, slightly higher in ABV. Adam, I want to see if I can get you some of their beers. Definitely that one. It's like this 11.7 ounce can of 5-point-something% ABV Citra Forward pale ale. I think if you dig this, you'll dig that. It's slightly less potent, slightly more drinkable, quaffable, but I think it's in your kind of style of beers that you'd like. Anyway, so that mouthfeel is on point for what it is. It's a bit more fuller than a lot of those sort of session pale ales, session IPAs that tend to be a bit thinnish. This drink's a little bit above its ABV, but not by much. So it gives you a little bit more oomph, but it's not that sort of. It's a 4.2, but I think I'm drinking an 8. It's definitely, you're like, I'm drinking maybe a 5.5, which is still great because that makes you want to drink it, and that is what this is. This is a drinking beer. This is right now today. The temperatures are down a little bit from the last few days. We're at 21 degrees Celsius today. It's a bit windy. It's still kind of sunny, but we had like 26, 27 degrees in the last few days. This is one of those kind of beers. This is one of those. Let's barbecue, and you can drink it out of the can. This is one of those. Let's just sit in the backyard with a book or something, or take your tablet out and watch your favorite show and drink this. That's what this is. This is like one of the most epic drinkable beers. I did say it right, like Glasshouse. Oh, I said Glasshouse Brewing Co. It's Glasshouse Beer Co. Now, this is my second beer from these guys. The other one, the review, I think you will probably see before this one. I want to make sure that happens. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. I have a fruited sour, not a fruited sour, a fruited pale, and stout, 6.0% stout that I might actually review later this afternoon, or at least tomorrow. It's Saturday right now. Might review it tomorrow. But this is one of those. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by this brewery because they come across as no nonsense. The previous beer that I had, this one as well, the stout that I have, and the only one that comes off is a little bit more off the beaten track when it comes to no nonsense beers, but still very much in today's wheelhouse of what people see as normal beers is a fruited pale. Now, fruited pales are, I think it was blackcurrant, was it? I don't remember. I'd have to look it up. But point being is, for right now, they come across as one of those no nonsense, no bullshit kind of breweries, and we just make beer. You want a beer? Here's an IPA, 6.something%. We use 3 kinds of hops. There you go. You like a pale ale? Here, it's a Citra pale ale. It's a pale ale with 1 hop. Stop fucking whining. Drink beer. You know, I love that. I like that kind of attitude. And if that's who they are, they have my heart. They have my soul. They'll definitely have my money if they can get distro here in the Netherlands. This is stuff that I drink by the gallons during days like this. I mean, come on, it's 4.2% ABV in 440 can. There's only one thing that will be better. There's only one thing that could make this better. If it was an actual pint can. Give me pints. Give me pints of this. Give me actual pints of this or whatever, and I'd be happy. And you know what? I really am happy though. I really am happy. This is. I like it. I should have a beer mail coming in within now in like a few minutes, so it will be great. I want to do a little live stream by then if I can drink this during that live stream. That would be great. And otherwise, I'll have something else, but we'll see. Adam, thank you so much for sending this over. You're a trooper. Can't wait to, like I said, hang out with you again, and I'm going to make sure I get some beers over to you as soon as I can. Not through UPS, of course. They suck. And that's it for this review. If you liked it, click like. If you really liked it, hit that subscribe button. In the description box below, I'll put a link to MerseyBeers' YouTube channel, where you can check out his live streams, and make sure you check out my live streams and all the other English beer tubers often, because you'll find my buddy there. And yeah, leave some comments. I always like those. Description box will also be filled with links to all of my social media, link to the Dutch Beer Collective, link to mysterybeer.nl, and I'll see all of you guys in another review, in another live stream soon. And cheers.